Hi, fives and sixes. Welcome back to our lesson. Today in visual arts, we are going to be focusing on the artist Pete Mondrian, and we are going to be creating our own piece of artwork that represents our self identities and the people that we are today. So, we're going to be creating a piece of artwork, and the materials we will need is a blank canvas, we will need masking tape, a pencil, and a ruler, and we'll also be using a lot of different paints. You can choose the paints that you want to use, and you'll also need to get a picture or just have something in your mind that you think represents your identity. So, this is an example of the artwork that I did. So, I chose to use Pete Mondrian's um, design, and I took a photo of my Orpa. I didn't take it, sorry. I chose a photo of my Orpa. That was a long time ago. I wasn't alive when he was in the army during World War II. So, I flicked through a lot of photos, but I came to this one because I feel like this photo of him in the army really is something that my family looks up to. This photo is nearly in every single room of our house. It was my mother's dad, and I decided to focus on this photo for a few particular reasons, but I'll get into that. So, Pete Mondrian uses a lot of blues, reds, yellows, and he has the black lines in his artwork. And I really did want to stick with those colors because I really liked it. However, as you can see, my artwork doesn't have any blue. And that's because relating it back to my identity and family heritage, I guess you could say, the green really represents his time that he had in the army and who he was, which was a really strong man. And I think our family really has carried that. My mum is one of the strongest people I know. So that's something that I really wanted to use throughout my artwork. So as you can see, I have laid out the tape where I wanted it to be. And I've been very careful about this because at the end, we're going to remove the tape and that's where our lines are going to be. So I've used a ruler to really make it neat and mark out the lines that I want. And then I've gone in those squares and I've used the paint. So I've stuck to the yellow and the red and the black, and I've still used those colors that he's used. However, I have added the green, which was my personal touch. So I want you to think about when you're creating your piece, the colors you're using, they don't have to be his colors. I want you to think about the people that you're thinking about in your family and who you are and what you've been through that has made you the person you are. And that's what we're doing today. So I have placed his photo in the middle of my artwork because I believe that he's just the center and he should be there. You don't have to do that. Your photo doesn't even have to have a photo. But for me, that was just a massive thing. So I wanted it to be in your face. It's obvious. But as you can see, I've still got the lines, I've still got the colors, but that photo really makes me who I am. So I want you to, before you do it, brainstorm things. You can maybe ask your family, or just it might be something more personal than that, but just think about the things that make your identity up. And that's what I really want you to take away from this. It doesn't have to be a photo, it could be a song, it could be your favorite toy, just something that has made you who you are. And that's what we're going to do. So, the first thing that we're going to do is get our canvas and we're going to brainstorm, and then we're going to start by taping it and painting it.